Buckingham Palace beefing up security as we inch closer and closer to the King's coronation. City News special correspondent Lisa LaFlamme is joining us live from London this morning with the latest from the city that is abuzz. Lisa, thank you again for joining us this morning. And we'll get right into security and what you're seeing, because we know that for the Queen's funeral, the security there, you saw police on every corner. Is it much the same for the coronation?
Probably more, actually. There's supposed to be, Tammie, over 29,000 police and security officials, so of course they'll be on rooftops. We're seeing them combing. Even if you can see the tulip bed behind me, we saw teams of police officers just sort of scoping the flower beds. There's about 9,000 that will be patrolling the streets, and 2,000 police will be on what you call close protection for Coronation Day. And considering the world leaders and royalty and heads of state that will be here, it's not at all surprising. I would say every royal event I've ever been to over decades, part of the story is security, and that includes this one more so. They've even imposed new laws in the lead up to Saturday, laws that suggest it is a criminal offense if, for example, you're a protester and you chain yourself to a gate or a fence to try to make a point. You will be carried off and thrown in jail for the night or detained on some level. So this is a new measure they're doing specifically for the coronation, just because there is a faction who certainly have the Not My King campaign. They see this as their moment to sort of rise up against the monarchy, and police are expecting it, everybody's expecting it. So basically, by the security being here in position, they're just going to be hovering just to make sure everything stays calm and peaceful.
Yeah, as smooth as possible, of course, as things get underway on Saturday. And leading up to Saturday, the King and the Queen Consort being a little bit more visible as well. You've seen them at Westminster Abbey taking part in rehearsals.
That was such a thrill for all of the people that are already camped out in front of Westminster Abbey yesterday to see the King walk out on the steps. He was just beaming as well, with Prince William, and Catherine was there, and Prince George, because they did their rehearsal inside the Abbey yesterday. Nobody wants to put a foot wrong, literally or figuratively. So that was yesterday's rehearsal for the family themselves. Princess Anne was also there yesterday, but you can imagine for everybody that was just sort of standing around the tourists out front, it was quite a thrill. They also, of course, as you know, had the official military procession rehearsal. So they're taking no chances. They want everything to be absolutely picture perfect for the coronation day.
And they're making some time for some fun as well, and a little bit of mingling leading up to it. We had a garden party that was happening yesterday. A lot of celebs and a lot of high dignitary guests being invited to that as well. Tell us about that.
Absolutely, and it unfolded right behind me, Buckingham Palace, of course, and you just go through that gate, and there's this fabulous garden. I've actually had the pleasure of being there myself at one point, and it is truly beautiful. They had about 6,000 people there, and I think the coolest part about it is most of the people were just community leaders, people who had made some contribution in their own hometowns and villages across this country were welcomed to that garden party. These were the charities as well that have meant so much to both King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla. As you know, they're involved in hundreds and hundreds of charities of the Prince's Trust, and over 1 million young people have been helped from that program. So yesterday was really an opportunity to give them a special day, to mingle with the monarchs. And again, as I said before, the weather has really cooperated, so everyone's got everything crossed that it lasts throughout the weekend.
Yeah, definitely hoping that it looks good, nice and sunny as it is right now for you on Saturday. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us live from London once again, our special correspondent, Lisa LaFlamme.